what is happening in our sky, in the upper atmosphere, and well beyond. The idea that something very significant is lurking in the solar system is not as far-fetched a notion as some have concluded. If we consider the unprecedented weather anomalies that are happening all across the globe, and how the sky is becoming unrecognizable in these latter days, then we begin to realize that there may be more to the story of these oddities than mere climate change, or even the hibernation of our sun during a time of solar minimum. The two-sun phenomena is something that should be taken more seriously and not merely dismissed as a hoax, as NASA and the mainstream media have done in the past. Even if 99% of the published images on this subject were found to be unsubstantiated, what about the 1% that are credible? Should they be dismissed as well? Although some of our viewers may be among those who do not believe in rogue planets, such as Planet X or Nibiru, which are thought to be part of a binary system, there are just as many that are steadfast in their belief that something is out there that is heading our way, including some rather prominent people that come from all walks of life, including politicians, theologians, scientists, and celebrities. Some of them have actually bet their reputations and their careers on their belief that something quite extraordinary is present in our solar system that is having a profound effect on our planet's behavior and the sustenance of its inhabitants. Recently, I came upon a YouTube video which was published in December of 2017. The video shows an Iraqi government minister in front of TV cameras talking in frank terms about the existence of Nibiru. He also talks about the discovery books of Zecharia Sitchin, what NASA has indicated about the existence of Planet X, and how the Sumerian civilization had discovered the 12th planet long ago. Here is the translated version of what he said.
ربما حتى قسم كبير من الناس في محافظة ذي قار لا يعلمون أن أول المطارات التي أنشئت في كوكب الأرض قبل 5000 سنة قبل الميلاد أنشئت في ذي قار. واللي ما يصدق يقرأ كتاب المؤرخ الكبير المتخصص في الدراسات السومرية زكريا سينشن، أو يعود إلى كتب صاموئيل كريمر، أو يعود إلى الكتاب الذي ألفه أجي ويلز حول هذا الموضوع، والذي يحمل عنوان باللغة الإنجليزية History Begins from Sumer. التاريخ يبدأ من سومر. كان يتكلم عن أولى المطارات التي أنشئت في كوكب الأرض، أنشئت في هذا المكان. إن هذا المكان هو أأمن مكان تهبط فيه الطائرات وتقلع منه الطائرات، لأن هناك بعض المؤثرات الجوية التي تثقل تحركات الطائرة وتحد من مناورتها غير موجودة في مطار ذي قار. يعني في مش مطار ذي قار، في كل أجواء ذي قار أجواء آمنة للطائرات، ليست فيها أي مؤثرات جوية سلبية. كل ما يتوفر في أجواء ذي قار هو أجواء إيجابية، بمعنى أن السومريين لما استقروا في هذه الأرض كانوا يعلمون تماما أن هذه الأرض بأجواءها هي أجواء ملائمة للتحليق في الفضاءات، وكان من هنا تنطلق المركبات الفضائية السومرية نحو الكواكب الأخرى. والسومريين أول من اكتشف الكوكب رقم 12 الذي اعترفت به وكالة ناسا الفضاء قبل بضعة أيام، والذي أطلقوا عليه نيبيرو، ويدور حول الشمس ب 3600 سنة.
The press conference held by the Iraqi minister in 2016 certainly raises a series of questions. Here's a summary of his press statements according to the English translation. So let's break this down a bit further. The purpose of the news conference was to announce the construction of a new airport. What we do not know is if the minister's rather startling statements were approved by a higher authority or were given of his own accord. There is also some concern as to whether the individuals who were standing behind the minister in the video were aware of his statements prior to the news conference. If the claims made in the video were approved by the Iraqi government, then why did the Western media ignore the claims? We have no idea what prompted the remarks that were initiated by the Iraqi minister, but his claims have been curtailed by the mainstream media. Here is what is known that gives some light to all of this. Ancient Sumerians established one of the Earth's earliest civilizations in southern Mesopotamia, which is now southern Iraq. The Dakai region, where the ancient airport is reportedly located, is outlined in red on this map. The Iraqi foreign minister cited the works of several authors, including Sitchin, who translated ancient American texts that refer to a planet called Nibiru, which is said to orbit our sun every 3,600 years. The claims made by the minister may actually be referring to the report by the New York Times that refers to the document from the Astronomical Journal of the probable discovery of a giant planet beyond Pluto. So the Iraqi minister's claims are most likely speculative without sufficient evidence to substantiate those claims. Even so, these claims do reestablish the belief by many people that something is present in our solar system, that the Sumerians knew of this and recorded it in their text. So in time, we shall know whether the claims made by the Iraqi minister hold any validity. Although the existence of Planet X may appear to be unrealistic to some viewers, there is still good reason to believe that it may be responsible for the dramatic changes that are occurring on the surface of our planet and in the Earth's atmosphere. Evidence points to a transformational change taking place that has stunned scientists and has figuratively shaken the planet. The world may be experiencing a much higher energy level that is electrifying the atmosphere and causing everything on Earth to react at a much swifter pace. If you took a course in physics, you probably remember Newton's third law of motion, which states that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. This animated example shows two bodies similar to our sun and the Earth, with an extreme difference in mass. The X represents the center of the mass of two or more bodies that orbit one another. The reason why the Earth and all of the known planets of our solar system orbit a star is because that star exerts a gravitational pull which acts as a force, following a curved path, which keeps the Earth from shooting off into space. So what we have here is the sun's gravitational pull, which we refer to as an action, that simultaneously exerts a reaction by the Earth to the force that was exemplified by the sun. Thus, for every action, there is a reaction. But even though the sun's mass is much greater than the Earth's, they both are subjected to an orbit around the center of the mass. If we consider the importance of Newton's law to the movement of objects in space and how they are affected by gravitational forces, then we get a better sense of how outside forces that are a considerable distance, but still close enough in astronomical terms, can also influence the movement of planets and therefore are capable of causing reactionary behavior that includes rotational slowdown or an abnormal axial tilt. There was a recent weather anomaly that happened at the Arctic